I'm Jennifer Brown, a literacy instructor in the College of Education. Welcome to my EdCat Chat. As teachers, it's our job to do whatever is needed to ensure that each student learns. This will occur in a variety of ways, and how we group our students plays an important role in effective instruction. Students enter our classroom with a variety of skills and knowledge, and grouping is one way in which to meet each student's diverse needs. Whole group, large groups, small groups, triads, pairs, and even individuals. Each group encounter provides a different opportunity because each offers a different dynamic. Your goal here is to group for the most effective instruction possible so that each student can reach his or her learning potential. So, step one, you need to establish your purpose for grouping. Regardless of the grade level I taught, I used groups primarily for cooperative learning purposes. I still worked with small groups for explicit strategic instruction, but I preferred flexible, mixed ability, heterogeneous groups. This fit best with my teaching philosophy and my teaching style. Whatever it may be, always filter your decisions for grouping through your purpose. Step two, collect your assessment data. Now, I've always been fortunate to have student data of some kind from the end of the previous year, or even data from a kindergarten screening. If you don't have this information to start with, don't sweat it. And don't get caught up in completing a very thorough assessment before starting your groups. Even a simple grade level word list can provide you a starting point. And you need to get started. Start meeting with those lowest kiddos first. They need you the most, and they need you right away. Continue assessing using a running record or whatever your district suggests while you meet with those groups, and then adjust as necessary. Step three, gather your supplies. Now, before I sit down to create groups, I gather the following items: my assessment data, my anecdotal notebook, which I start keeping from day one, and my computer, sticky notes, or name tag, something that provides me the opportunity to physically maneuver my students into groups that I can see. It helps me be more reflective of the process while I'm in it. So step four is organize by reading level. With your data in hand, line your students up from left to right in a long row from lowest to highest. And start columns where 2 students or more have the same or similar assessment results. If you are implementing guided reading and have completing a running record, maybe you might use letters as headers or the grade level in the month. Whatever it takes to help you visualize ability levels. Step 5, consider other factors. Now then, once I have my students arranged, I consider the number of students I want in each group and group from the top to the bottom with those more skilled readers towards the top. Now, I personally prefer students to work in pairs and then put pairs together to form a group of 4. Now, this rarely, if ever, works out mathematically, so I turn to my notes and reflect on what I know about each student academically and socially. I think about what reading strategies I will be teaching and how students work with one another. Some groups will function well with 5 members, and some may benefit, depending on the kids, from a group of 3. So I have my groups, I have them just the way I wanted it, I'm ready to go, and then step 6 is be prepared to adjust. Remember that your students are constantly learning, growing, and changing. This means that the group dynamics will always be growing and changing too. While you are observing your group's dynamics on a daily basis, take the time to explicitly assess your group successes, challenges, and the function of each group member. I typically changed my groups at least quarterly. However, there were some years I thought I would never get it right, and some years where they changed very little. Turn to your data to inform your instruction, but don't be afraid to trust your teacher instincts either. Just with these few steps, I hope this helps you get started on your grouping for your reading groups, and best of luck to you.